Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, back with some more digital marketing advice. Now in today's video, I want to talk about an issue I keep seeing crop up time and time again when it comes to Google ads or Meta ads or really any form of digital advertising. And this actually goes beyond sort of paid advertising platforms. It extends into things like Google Analytics, Google Search Console, pretty much any kind of digital platform. And that is the issue of sort of access and ownership. So I've been working with a few businesses recently who in the past they've partnered with different agencies, freelancers, they've had their own in-house staff potentially. And this common thread keeps coming through. And that thread or that issue is that at some point access is required for a particular platform or product, and nobody within the business has any kind of knowledge of who has that access or ownership, or there is some kind of clear, hey, we had a relationship with this agency or freelancer in the past and that's finished and now we can't get hold of them. Or sometimes there are even some fairly acrimonious type disputes around kind of who has the ownership and control of an account. So what I really encourage you to do is to sort of sit down and take stock of all of the platforms that your business uses. So that could be everything from Google Analytics to monitor how your website performs, to Google Search Console for the sort of SEO tracking side, through to ad platforms, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, Meta ads, whatever platforms you're using, and even thinking about other platforms as well. So I'm working with a business at the moment where, almost unbeknownst to the business ownership and management, the previous agency they'd worked with had set up some landing pages that were almost integrated into the site using a third-party platform, and now they can't really resolve very easily getting the sort of access and ownership of those landing pages which are being run through that old agency's master account for that particular landing page platform. And so what I really think you need to do as a sort of exercise coming into 2025, now everybody's getting their feet back under the desk, is just take stock, almost audit the tools and applications you use. So kind of work through them in sequence. Everything from domain name to web hosting to ad platforms, all of these digital platforms you work with. Who has ownership? Who has admin access? Who has control? Do you have the ability to add new users as you wish, or do you have to go back to some old provider or company and get them to help sort you out with this? I've seen this happen time and time again. It can create a lot of kind of frustration and challenge if you don't have the ownership set up as you like. My recommendation, my view, is almost in every circumstance, you as the business owner or manager, you should have the admin or sort of ownership of the account or profile or property. It's all dependent on exactly what platform you're using. Then you can farm out access as appropriate to internal users, so employees at a lower level in the business, to freelancers, contractors, agencies, and so on. The main thing to do is to ensure that you have a good understanding of all of these different assets. The problem is piecing it together after the fact is often much more difficult than being proactive in managing this. So what I really think you need to do is sit down just with a pen and paper, do it with your computer in front of the keyboard, however you prefer to work, do it in front of a whiteboard if you wish, and just go through and list out everything that you know that your business kind of touches on or uses. And if you've got any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try my best to help you. You can send me an email on info@samfrost.co.nz as well. I want to try and help you out on this because this particular issue, the interesting thing from my perspective as a consultant is it takes up a lot of time to fix. And there are projects I've worked on in the past and continue to work on where actually getting progress for the client is kind of held up or slowed down by just lacking fundamental access to things because the client doesn't have their admin access to Google Ads and they don't actually know who's still got the admin access. So there's a whole kind of piecing together process of how these things work. So yeah, if you do one thing to start your sort of digital marketing off in 2025, I would say take stock, audit all of the digital platforms you use, write them down, everything from your web hosting to your ad platforms to your analytics and so on, your email marketing. Who is the admin user? Can you go in and check that you are the admin user? If not, can you get admin access back from an old agency or freelancer or staff member? Get set up properly so that you have ownership and control, and then you can farm that out from there. If you've got any questions, please do let me know. Leave a comment, email me on info@samfrost.co.nz. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.